Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Trading Forever, and welcome to our live stream as usual. I'm Rubik, a certified Wall Street trader. Okay, let me introduce a little bit about me and about our program. The value of our live program lies in helping you discover market trading opportunities, improve your trading strategies, and develop an analyst's mindset. Whether you are a beginner in investing or an experienced trader, this live show can enhance your investment techniques and decision-making abilities. We will delve into trending stock trends, analyze crucial company financial reports, explore promising industry prospects, and introduce effective trading strategies and risk management methods. If you have any questions or need investment advice regarding stocks, futures, or option trading, I would be more than happy to assist you. Of course, you can find me on Discord, where we can discuss and exchange ideas about stocks and investments. Alright, I can see you, Oliver. Good morning. How are you today? Okay, so that is basically who I am and what we are doing right here in terms of our live program. Basically, we are aiming to help beginners to gain some experience, or especially gain some past experience from ours, so that to help you grow up in this financial market. Okay, good morning, Ed Phil. Just so. I hope you have a wonderful day every single day. Alright, in that case, let's kick it off. Let's make a quick start by some market recap for yesterday's performance. So Wall Street ended lower as investor concerns grew over the lack of progress in US debt limit talks. Gold prices rebounded from their earlier losses as Treasury yields fell and the dollar retreated from its 2-month highs. Oil gains on forecasts for a tighter gasoline market and prospects of future OPEC output cuts. Okay, let's have a quick look on the charts of gold. Let's switch back to hourly chart. Okay, just erase these lines, circles, and arrows. Okay, from our hourly chart of gold, apparently we are having a more like a W bottom right here. Let me draw a path. Okay, where is my path? Path is right here. Okay. Okay, as you can see here, which is indicated by these several lines, there is a relatively clear W bottom, which suggests a possible reversal pattern for this previous downtrend right here. In other words, we are going to expect a quickly bounce up like this. Okay, that is gold. Good morning, Freedom Zaki. Okay, let's have a look at dollars. DXY. US dollar currency. Okay, just like the market recap said, the dollar retreated from its 2-month highs. Apparently, it's quite clear there is a upward trend for US dollar right here. If I zoom in a bit further, we will find a more like a consolidation bottom here. Those arrows horizontal. Okay. If I draw a rectangle, that would be more clear. That would be more clear, as it indicates that we probably had a very solid bottom right here, which will boost our dollar currency to the next level of probably around 104. Here. Okay, so that is basically what happened from yesterday in terms of gold and dollar. Apparently, dollar had a quick drawback on this one. Nevertheless, the current upward trend is still there. It doesn't seem to have the momentum to break it today, at least. Okay, let me check on today's economic calendar to see if there is anything important. Well, there is one statistics, or there is one event which is going to generate great influence on today's market, which is FOMC meetings, which will take place at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time, and it's basically about let me read it out. In the United States, the authority to set interest rates is divided between the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve and the Federal Open Market Committee. The board decides on changes in discount rates after recommendations submitted by one or more of the original Federal Reserve banks. Okay. And that is quite important to us, especially about its influence on our no matter forex currencies or even our indexes like SPY, QQQs, and individual stocks as well. Okay, good morning, Fred. Good morning, Nikoya. Okay, let me introduce a bit more about FOMC. The usual effect about FOMC is if today's FOMC there is more hawkish than expected, then it's basically good for currency, especially for our US dollar currency. On the other hand, it's gonna be bad for the US economy, which can represented by QQQs and SPYs, and it's going to be bad for gold price as well. And US stock index futures slipped yesterday as there was no sign of a breakthrough in debt ceiling talks between the White House and the Republicans. That is basically what happened yesterday, and to be honest, I would say there is a kind of suggestion that the market is worried about today's FOMC meetings as well, that might have caused the drop of SPYs, QQQs in the same time. As we can see on my screen right here, right now, the market of SPY opened low, but it did not have the momentum to regain the loss of this kind of area. Instead, it kept falling down all the way from 419 to 412, approximately 412. That was a big drop of $6 or nearly $7 on a single day. So like I mentioned before, there are basically two factors that affected this kind of market. The first one is there was no sign of a breakthrough in debt ceiling talks between the White House and the Republicans. And secondly, because of the concerns on today's FOMC minutes. Okay, let's get back to today's FOMC meetings. The frequency of FOMC meeting, it is scheduled 8 times per year, 3 weeks after the federal funds rate is announced, which in other words, today's FOMC meetings is going to more like a conclusion of what happened from last federal funds rate decisions and what happened from last FOMC minute. Okay, why traders care? It is a detailed record of the FOMC's most recent meeting, providing in-depth insights into the economic and financial conditions that influenced their vote on where to set interest rates. Okay, that is quite straightforward, right? Okay, here comes what I think about today's FOMC meetings. The Fed had been widely expected to start cutting interest rates this year, as we can see, or especially on US currency charts. Let's get back to DXY. Okay, so this is basically the daily chart for dollar index, and the very top area of US dollar was in October, November, and December last year. While, as you know, the Fed was still going to increase the interest rate. But why this kind of thing happened? Why the price of US dollar dropped far away before they stopped to increase their interest rate? The only reason is it's all about expectations. So the market actually expected they would stop their interest rate hikes, and instead probably there will be interest rate cuts. Therefore, the market stopped going up, and especially on 22nd of November, the 4th of November in 2012, the market started to drop. Okay. So as I mentioned, it's all about expectations. Although the Fed was still going to increase the interest rate, but the market started to fall. Okay. This is a part of expectations. Right, let's get back to what I think about today's FOMC. With several top Fed officials recently saying the end of rate hikes is not in sight, that could be dashed, which led to a dollar rally. That is basically my opinion about why dollar rallied for this particular area. It didn't rise because the US Fed said they are going to increase interest rates like for many times, but it is about the expectations, especially for several Fed officials saying that they probably gonna vote for another 1 or 2 interest rate increase. Therefore, the price of dollar went all the way up from 101 until 103.5. Okay, let's have a look on the chat session. Okay, signals for free. Yes, if you would like to share your thoughts, or if you would like to ask several questions on tradings or on individual stocks, please feel free to join us on the Discord community. And then we will definitely generate signals for free on a daily basis. Okay, pre-market dropped a lot. What do you think about it? What do I think about it? First of all, I think it's quite normal because let me get back to SPY. So from the if I switch to 1 hour chart, then I just opened my extended trading hours. This will give me an idea of what happened pre-market. So basically the market opened from here yesterday. Oh no, the pre-market opened here yesterday, and then it didn't have a momentum to go up, while instead it fell all the way down here, and the market closed at this kind of level. For pre-market today, the market opened low and it stayed low from 414 to 412. There was a you can't justify today's movement by this pre-market movement because it was not a huge movement, to be honest. there is some momentum and sentiments release in order to risk off against what is going to happen tonight during the 4 minutes. However, on the other side, you could read this information as a good sign, because potentially some of the selling powers were released before the market opened. Then, if the market, let's say, if there are some really bad news happened in FOMC, then the price of SPY may not drop as quickly as it was expected, because some of the selling powers were released already before the market opened. Okay, let's talk about SPY in a technical analysis way. So what happened here is more like a consolidation. So right after the breakout of this point, I actually expected a relatively bigger rise than what really happened in reality. But like I always say, you never know, because sometimes the market just act as very unpredictably. So in order to respect the market, we'll just read what kind of information that the market gives us. Apparently, there are several. It's more like a. Let me draw by path. That will be clearer. So what the market is currently doing, more like an M top. M top basically means there is a kind of reversal pattern which takes place in a upward trend. So previously it was a upward trend from here, consolidation, then another upward trend, and now since the reversal pattern just happened in place, so we will just respect the information that was provided by the market. Or if it really depends on what kind of trader that you are. Probably you are a more like a long-term trader, then you may think differently from what I think. But as a intraday trader, based on information that was given by the past 2 to 3 days chart, I probably gonna say there is more selling potential right here in this market than buying potentials. So in other words, I would choose my short sell positions setups to enter my short sell positions. Probably when it comes up a bit, or the way goes down like this, that would be my expectation for SPY. Okay, signals for free. I have answered your question. pre-market dropped. I have answered your question. What do you think about the market? Okay, do you think it's time to buy now? To be honest, like I just mentioned before, as a intraday trader, probably I would choose to sell rather than buying. But nevertheless, different people must have different trading ideas. As long as he has his own trading logic and he follows his trading rules, that would be sufficient for the individual trader to follow its own rules. Okay, let's get back to today's FOMC meetings. So I have read a article today. It said that Goldman Sachs knows that for now the US economy hasn't cooled enough. Inflation remains high and the Fed is still likely to raise interest rates this year, and credit has not tightened as much as markets thought. Okay, Oliver, how about today's SPY option? Any good choice? Okay, so first of all, in order to choose options, I would prefer to read and to analyze the underlying asset first. So I have to decide which way the underlying asset might go, and then I will pick my own option. So like I just mentioned, I'm probably gonna find a way to enter my short position today for SPY, but it's quite unusual for me to enter a short position, especially a put option right after the market opens, because right after the market opens, the market is quite volatile and we are quite hard to correctly read the information of the market. So if I were you, since you are asking about options, I'm probably gonna wait until the market retrace a bit to this kind of level. Let me draw clearer with a horizontal line, which is around roughly this kind of area. So when the price of SPY retraces back to 414, then I will probably gonna open my put option for today. So my put option would be entered at this kind of level, and the strike price, let me have a quick look. Okay, my potential target would be 409. So I will, in the meantime, I will leave another 1 or 2 days for the put option to expire, which means that if, let's just take an example, if the price really retreats back to 414, then I will open my put option, which is the expiry date is on 26th of May, and the strike price would be 409. Okay, that would be my preferred put option for today. Okay, I have to leave for work. Okay, goodbye, Oliver. Have a lovely day today. And good luck to your future trading as well. Hello, Frieden. Do you think today's market will be as bearish as yesterday? And it really depends. I can't predict what the market will do today. Especially there will be a strongly influential event, which is FOMC minutes today. So personally speaking, I do not trade for gambling. In other words, I do not like to trade before the big events takes place. So if you are a really beginner to this market, then I will probably gonna recommend you to wait and to be patient until the outcome of the FOMC minutes comes out, and then you will make your own decision whether the market is going to fall or it's gonna rise up. Okay, let's get back to our FOMC meetings again. Analysts from Goldman suggest that a number of indicators point to a small slowdown in the US economy and weaker than expected growth in the rest of the world. Especially, he added that dollar depreciation is usually associated with strong growth in the rest of the world, according to his history experience, not weak growth in the United States. We are still waiting for a challenger, and the euro has failed to be that role. Okay, I learned something from what this analyst said from Goldman Sachs. So basically, the market is still awaiting some other countries or economies that show quite strong economic statistics, which will draw attention of the whole world from the US to this particular economy. By that day or on that time, the US currency will fall, and the other currency will just rise up. Okay, and based on recent statistics such as CPI, PPI, and PMI, and so on, there is no clear sign that these numbers are decreasing dramatically. In other words, I do not see strong evidence for the Fed to cut interest rate at the moment. And personally speaking, I would not expect a quick interest rate cut within 3 months from now on. So like I just said, from the past CPI, PPI, PMI statistics, the economy of the US is still warm and is not cooled down. I'm not quite sure if you still remember the aim of these interest rate hikes is basically to cool down the economy. Since these statistics are still stable, then there is basically no reason for the Fed to stop these interest rate hikes and even to cut interest rate. That sounds nonsense to me. The Fed had been widely expected to start cut interest rate this year, but I have seen several reports saying that the numbers of Fed officials which originally voted or which originally thought that the economy has been cooled down. Now they just changed their tones, and they are not for these claims anymore. Okay, let's have a look on what happened on SPY since the market opened already. Okay, it still shows weaknesses on SPY. How about Qs? That is quite interesting. Apparently Qs have a totally different trendings compared to what happens in SPY. SPY is moving down while Qs is moving up. Let's make a comparison. So SPY is moving down, and Qs is just getting up. Okay, great job. There is going to be a divergence between these two indices, but this is a general thing that happened for the past 2 weeks. Nevertheless, Qs were quite stronger than the charts or than the movement of SPY for the past 2 to 3 weeks. So if you expect that the US economy is not as bad as we thought, then probably the best way for you is to long Qs instead of SPY, because SPY apparently is weaker. While on the other hand, if you expect the US economy is going to drop down, then the better way for you is to short sell SPY rather than short sell Qs. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the market is unpredictable. That's why I lost money. Okay. True. It's definitely true. So there are two different kind of traders. The first one is gambling. So they think the market is unpredictable. There is no clue for individuals to find the right way to trade. Then he's just gambling. So for those gamblers, it really just depends on luck. If you are lucky, probably you are going to make some profits. But from a relatively longer run, most gamblers will give those money back to the casino. While on the other hand, there is another type of traders that believes, although the market is unpredictable, but they still can find some hints to follow the trend of the current market. So those kind of traders will try to build up their own trading strategies so as to follow the current trend of the market. Although most of them will still fail, but the rest of those traders may become millionaires only because of his correct trading strategies. Okay, that is what I think of different types of traders. Okay, the second topic that I would like to discuss today is what is the current valuation of AI stocks looking like. Okay, let me give you a little bit background news from yesterday. So it is about Microsoft. The Microsoft beefs up ChatGPT and Bing in wide-ranging AI product launch. Microsoft started making available to users a host of AI upgrades, including to ChatGPT, its search engine Bing, as well as to cloud services, an expansive launch that seeks to narrow the gap with Alphabet's Google. Among key changes is the rollout of live search results from Bing to ChatGPT, the viral chatbot from its partner OpenAI, whose answers originally were limited to information as of 2021. Now, ChatGPT can pull from Bing web results for paid subscribers and will do so soon for free users, the company said at its annual Microsoft Build conference. Okay, Frieden again. Yes, yesterday followed the other streamer and joined your trading family. Okay, welcome to join our Discord community. Hopefully you will find our free trading signals useful. In the meantime, we will usually generate our pre-market analysis before the market opens as well on a daily basis. And good luck to your future trading. Okay, get back to our AI stocks. So the current PE for Meta is about 30. The PE for Microsoft is about 34. Google is about 27. Those are quite normal to me, although they are a little bit higher than usual, but you can't say there is a bubble for these three, Meta, Microsoft, and Google. While on the other hand, the PE for AMD is 129, and the PE for NVDA is 176, which sounds quite surprising to me, because apparently it doesn't seem like a rational PE to most traders, especially NVIDIA with a PE of 176, which means that if a trader starts to invest in NVIDIA today or this year, it will actually take 176 years to get the initial investment back. Oops, that's probably one of the worst investment that I have ever heard of. Although there is a potential 30% increase on NVIDIA's EPS and revenue as well, but still it seems overvalued to me. I'm not quite sure what you guys think of these PEs, especially for NVIDIA, which is 176 right now. Let me just pull out the daily chart for NVIDIA. Okay, so 5 minutes charts. There is no upward momentum right now. Let me switch back to hourly chart. So it's quite clear that what happens to NVIDIA equals to what happened to Qs for the past several days, or even for the past several weeks, which in other words, the movement of NVIDIA is highly correlated with the movement of Qs. Once NVIDIA, let's make an prediction that, let's say the earnings of NVIDIA does not meet the consensus, so what is gonna happen? The price of NVIDIA will drop dramatically, let's say dramatically to this previous support level. Okay, to here, from 301 to 290, which is about what 3%. Probably Qs are going to drop 3% as well. That is going to be a big move for Qs already. So let me pull out two pictures that I think is quite interesting. The first one right here, there are actually two lines on the screen. The first one is a orange line, which is represented by SP 500 equal weight ETF, the price change by percentage. And the blue line represents Qs, and it's also price change by percentage as well. As you can see clearly, there is a huge difference between these two movements from the very beginning of this year until today, until yesterday. So the price rose 26% for Qs. On the other hand, there's only 1.6% for SP 500. So what do I mean by that is Qs, the price of Qs increased quite quicker than SP 500. It can be either SP 500 is a bit undervalued or Qs are overvalued. What do you think? And I have another picture which is quite interesting as well. So as you can see here, the bottom line indicates the price movement of Qs from from the beginning of 2023, and the top line represents Apple plus Microsoft plus NVIDIA, the three top technical giants in Qs. There is also a price divergence between these two groups as well. I'm not quite sure if you can see clearly here. It's about 60% up, price up, and compared to a 27% rise on Qs. So in other words, the price movement of Apple and Microsoft and NVIDIA actually led the price rise of Qs. Moreover, either you would say Qs are undervalued compared to the price movement of Apple plus Microsoft plus NVIDIA, or you could say the other group is overvalued. So sorry, Qs either can be Qs are undervalued, or the other group is overvalued. So what do you think? Okay, Frieden and Nicoya, I get 12% of NVIDIA. When to take profit? Okay, take profit. That is interesting as well. Since you are holding NVIDIA already, okay, let me draw several lines to see. Okay, here. Okay, a rectangle is needed for this area. Okay, so the rectangle that I just drew is a critical area that I think will support the current price movement. On the other hand, there would be a rectangle on the top as well, which indicates a resistance area. So since you are holding NVIDIA stock already, then my suggestion would be you can set up your stop loss level here, which is a bit under this area, around 295. On the other hand, well, I probably gonna recommend you to cut like 50% of your current positions at this level, which is roughly at 308, and just hold the rest of the positions to see whether it's gonna keep going or it's gonna fall down. Okay, I hope this will solve your problem. What's your average cost? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's get back to what I intended to talk about. Okay, I just showed you these two pictures, and there is actually an open debate on whether these two are undervalued or overvalued, or is quite normal to some other traders. Okay, and another information that I just mentioned is the earning report of NVIDIA will be released today after the market closes. So the consensus of EPS of NVIDIA is 0.92, and the EPS from last year's same period was $1.36. In other words, the consensus for this quarter is minus 32 to 33%, which sounds a bit hilarious to us because the potential target is quite low for NVIDIA to meet, especially for this coming quarter earnings. Even though I still do not hold a optimistic mind on NVIDIA, given the stock price has risen all the way up from 113 until about 300 right here. So what I expect is there are two different outcomes. First, if the earnings meet the target, then probably the price of NVIDIA would bounce up, and it does not break through either this resistance area or the resistance area above. So what do I mean by that is probably it's gonna bounce up and then drop again. Okay, that is the first criteria. And for the second one, it's gonna be very straightforward. If earnings of NVIDIA does not meet the consensus, the price will just drop like this arrow. Okay, in the same time, the price of Qs will fall right after the fall of NVIDIA's price. Okay, that is basically my opinion on today's NVIDIA earning report. Okay, good. Okay, another topics. Okay, it's not a real topic since we answered already. Let's just take several examples to demonstrate tips for maximizing profits and knowing when to take profits and when to take stop loss. So these can come from technical analysis. For example, NVIDIA, like I just mentioned, if you hold NVIDIA stocks already, then here is your stop loss level, and here is your take profit level, and even what is going to happen after the earning report comes out. I just gave you information on or recommendations on how you're gonna deal with this event. Okay, let's switch to other AI stocks. How about Microsoft? Okay, let's go for Microsoft. At the same time, Qs. Okay. Okay, like I mentioned before, the PE of Microsoft is a little bit higher than its usual PE, but it's okay compared to AMD and the other guy, NVIDIA. And there's not that much risks compared to NVIDIA as well. And if you would like me to draw several lines, that probably gonna demonstrate clearer. So we are having demands for Microsoft stocks at this area. There. So as you can see, the hourly chart for Microsoft is quite different from the hourly chart for NVIDIA. So what do I mean by that is every time it goes up, there is usually a pullback along with the previous rise. Like here, there's a pullback here, a pullback here, pullback here, pullback here, pullback here. The pullbacks, in my opinion, usually will make upward trend more stable, so as to trigger the interests for those traders who are not in these trades at the moment, but would like to seek for opportunities to enter. So like here is kind of good setups for traders who would like to enter their positions at pullbacks. Like me, if I am the trader that would like to trade Microsoft, I do not enter my positions at those levels. I would rather wait for a good price, for a good setup, for a good profit loss ratio, so that I will enter my position at pullbacks. If I take my stop loss, it's not gonna be far away from where I entered my position. On the other hand, if the market really goes along what I expected, then my potential profit is relatively higher than those traders who entered at here. Okay, there's more where that came from. Stop spamming. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Okay, another tip. Okay, that is for Microsoft. It's basically how I maximize profits and knowing when to take profits from my personal experience. Okay. Since it's 10 o'clock already, I think that's it basically for today. Thanks for tuning in to today's stock market live broadcast. We hope that in this hour we have provided you with valuable stock market insights and investment perspectives. And feel free to join our discussion group. Click the link in the comment expressing your interest in joining the group. Daily stock signals and trading tutorials will be posted in the group. Don't miss out. Once again, thank you for your support and attention. We hope our live broadcast has brought value to you and will contribute to your success in the stock market. Wishing you prosperous investments and see you next time. And bye for now.